Intro narrator, slow, eerie voice. Every town has a story people avoid discussing after sunset. Some stories are about murder, some are about disappearances, and some are about things that simply cannot be explained. The story you're about to hear comes from a small town where a young man vanished for nearly 8 hours on a Monday night. When he returned, he was covered in mud, terrified beyond words, and unable to explain where he had been. Police investigated, locals whispered, and even today, no one can fully explain what happened. This is the story of The Last Bus of Monday. Chapter 1. The Overtime Shift, November 14th. Monday. The weather had been strange all day. Dark clouds hung over the town despite forecasts predicting clear skies. 22-year-old Rahul worked at a warehouse located several kilometers outside town. His co-workers often joked that the area felt haunted. The warehouse stood near an abandoned forest road. Truck drivers refused to use that road after midnight. Nobody knew exactly why. Most people simply said, "Bad things happen there." Rahul never believed in ghost stories. To him, every mystery had a logical explanation. That Monday, however, things were different. An important shipment arrived late. The manager ordered everyone to stay longer. Hours passed. By the time Rahul clocked out, it was already 11:35 p.m. His usual ride home had left. The parking lot was empty. The nearest town was several kilometers away. His phone battery showed only 9%. He sighed. The only option left was public transport. The last bus. Chapter 2. The strange bus stop. The bus stop stood beside an old road rarely used at night. Streetlights flickered. The cold wind carried strange sounds from the forest. Rahul checked the schedule. The final bus should arrive at 11:50 p.m. As he waited, something felt wrong. There were no insects, no dogs barking, no distant traffic, just silence, complete silence. At exactly 11:50 p.m., headlights appeared in the distance. A bus slowly emerged from the darkness. The vehicle looked unusually old. Its paint was faded, its windows were dirty. Most strange of all, there was no route number, no destination sign, nothing. Just darkness behind the windshield. The bus stopped. The doors opened with a loud metallic screech. Rahul hesitated, then climbed aboard. That decision would change his life forever. Chapter 3. The passengers inside sat only 4 people. An elderly woman wearing a gray shawl, a man in a black coat, a young girl around 10 years old, and the driver. Nobody looked at Rahul. Nobody moved. The atmosphere felt unnaturally heavy. Rahul chose a seat near the middle. The doors closed. The bus began moving. Minutes passed. No one spoke. The engine hummed softly. Rain started falling outside. Rahul checked his phone. No signal. Not one bar. Strange. The area usually had decent reception. Suddenly he noticed something odd. The young girl hadn't blinked once. Not a single time. She simply stared out the window. Completely still. Like a statue. A chill ran down Rahul's spine. Chapter 4. The warning. After 15 minutes, Rahul approached the driver. "Excuse me, when will we reach town?" No response. The driver didn't move, didn't even seem to breathe. Rahul tried again. Still nothing. Then a voice whispered behind him. "Sit down." The old woman. She was staring directly at him. Her face looked pale, almost sickly. Rahul frowned. "Why?" The woman answered quietly. "Because if he notices you, it will be too late." Rahul laughed nervously. "What are you talking about?" The woman leaned forward, her eyes filled with fear. "That driver died 3 years ago." Chapter 5. Shivpur. Rahul froze. The woman looked completely serious. Before he could respond, the bus turned onto a narrow road. A road Rahul had never seen before. Dense trees surrounded them. The rain intensified. Then a road sign appeared. "Welcome to Shivpur." Rahul's heart nearly stopped. Everyone in town knew that name. Shivpur had been abandoned years earlier. A series of disappearances had emptied the village. Families vanished. Children vanished. Entire households disappeared without explanation. Eventually everyone left. Yet now, lights glowed ahead. Homes stood occupied. People walked the streets. The village looked alive, exactly as it had decades ago. Chapter 6. The well. The bus stopped near an ancient stone well. The man in black stood up. Without speaking, he stepped outside. The young girl followed. Then the old woman rose. Before exiting, she looked at Rahul. "Whatever happens, do not leave this bus." Then she disappeared into the rain. The doors closed. Rahul sat alone. The driver remained motionless. The clock above the windshield read 12:33 a.m. Then came the scream, a horrifying scream, human, agonizing, then another, and another. The sounds echoed through the darkness. Rahul rushed to the window. The village had vanished. Everything was gone. Only the old well remained, standing alone in an empty field. Chapter 7. The thing outside. A knock echoed against the glass. Tap, tap, tap. Rahul slowly turned. A face stared back at him. Its skin was gray, its eyes completely black, its smile stretched impossibly wide. The creature looked almost human. Almost. Then it spoke, without opening its mouth. Come outside. Rahul stumbled backward. The creature knocked harder. The entire bus shook. More faces appeared, dozens, standing in darkness, watching, smiling, waiting. Chapter 8. The missing passengers. Suddenly all the creatures vanished. The bus started moving. Rahul looked behind him. The passengers had returned, but something was wrong. The old woman now appeared younger. The young girl looked older. The man in black had blood on his hands. No one acknowledged Rahul. It was as if he didn't exist. The clock read 2:17 a.m. Nearly 2 hours had disappeared. He couldn't remember what happened. Chapter 9. The secret of the crash. The old woman finally spoke. You want to know why this bus keeps returning? Rahul nodded. Her voice trembled. 3 years ago, this bus crashed. Everyone aboard died, but something survived, something from the forest, something ancient, something hungry. The old woman explained that every Monday, the bus repeated its final journey. Collecting passengers, searching for replacements, searching for souls, searching for someone willing to leave the bus. Because once a living person stepped outside, they could finally be free, and the new victim would take their place. Forever. Chapter 10. 3:03 a.m. The bus suddenly stopped. The clock showed 3:03 a.m. The doors opened. Outside stood Rahul's house, his neighborhood, his street. Everything looked normal. Then he heard a voice. His mother's voice. Rahul, come outside. He looked through the glass. His mother stood smiling, but something felt wrong. Her eyes were completely black. The old woman screamed, don't look at her. Instantly the figure twisted unnaturally. Its smile widened. The illusion disappeared. It was one of the creatures, waiting, trying to lure him outside. Chapter 11. Escape. The bus doors slammed shut. The creature shrieked, a terrible sound unlike anything human. The bus accelerated, windows shattered, dark figures chased them through the night. Rahul closed his eyes, praying, crying, waiting. Then suddenly, silence. Chapter 12. Morning. Rahul woke beside a road at sunrise. Mud covered his clothes. His phone battery was dead. The bus was gone. The forest was gone. Everything was gone. Only an empty highway remained. He staggered home. His family had already reported him missing. According to them, he had vanished for almost 8 hours. Police searched for answers, but none existed. No bus route, no driver, no passengers, nothing. Epilogue. Weeks later, investigators discovered something chilling. The bus number Rahul described matched a vehicle involved in a deadly crash exactly 3 years earlier. The driver had died instantly. So had every passenger, including an old woman, a young girl, and a man wearing a black coat. The same passengers Rahul had seen. The case was never solved, but according to friends and family, Rahul changed forever. Every Monday night he locked every door, closed every curtain, and refused to look outside after 3:03 a.m. Because sometimes, he still heard it. The sound of old brakes stopping outside his house, the creak of bus doors opening, and a voice whispering from the darkness, there's one empty seat left. Outro. Narrator. Was Rahul telling the truth? Did he encounter something beyond our understanding? Or was it all the result of fear, exhaustion, and a stormy night? You decide, but if you ever find yourself alone at a deserted bus stop after midnight, and a bus arrives with no destination displayed, you might want to let it pass.